Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Card Sharks. I'd like to thank our own Mr. Cedric Weatherspoon for today's opening poem. And remember, if you'd like to leave an opening poem for the show, leave it in the comment section below. Now, on with today's game. The dreaded eights can make you see red, but call them right, and you'll win lots of bread. On Card Sharks! This is the game where a single turn of the cards can win you over $32,000 in cash. And now, to get us started, here's your host of Card Sharks, Brandon Scruggs. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another edition of Card Sharks right here at MVG Productions. Glad you can join us here once again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have this episode and our next episode left in our regular season before we start our Tournament of Champions. Our players are now vying for spots in the top 8 here to see who is going on to be our top 8 finalists. And we've got 2 players right now that are working their way toward that top 8. One is our current champion who's not in. Our second is a player who is in our Tournament of Champions and trying to keep Justin out. We'll see if that's the case as we welcome back Mr. Justin Noyes.
Hello.
Welcome back, Justin. He's our current champion right now. $4,300 in cash after a rough going with the money cards last time. He found a couple pairs, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have as nice cards as we would like to see there, but hopefully things will turn around for you again. You ready to go today?
Yep.
All right, well, best of luck to you. And let's meet your opponent for our first game. A man, I said before, who is currently in our Tournament of Champions right now, but he's trying to keep Justin out of it. Coming to us by way of Minneapolis, Minnesota, please welcome in Mr. Nels Nesrod.
Woo! Yeah!
Welcome in, Nels. Remind
Thank
everyone
you.
at home a little bit about yourself, sir, once again.
I'm a cashier at Target, and I like to bowl in my spare time.
Fantastic. Yeah, Nels, at least as of this point in time, I can safely say that you're probably guaranteed a spot in our Tournament of Champions at this point, but we shall see where
crazy things have happened, so...
We'll see where your seeding falls, but I definitely could say that you are in, but at this point, you're trying to keep Justin out of it.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
can.
I'm keeping Justin out.
Playing a little spoiler here, so let's see if the streak killer continues to kill streaks left and right as Justin takes on Nels in this one. So you both ready?
Yes.
Let's jump right into it. Of course, we're playing some Card Sharks here. Justin is the champion. You're going to be playing the red cards. Nels the challenger. You're playing the blue cards. And remember, takes the best 2 out of 3 to win the game in the match, and we go on to the money cards for a chance at possibly $32,000. But in order to get control of the cards, you got to answer a high-low survey question first, and in round 1, we start, of course, with a question to our champion. Justin, this one's for you. We asked 100 married women, have you had an extramarital affair? How many of those 100 married women said they have?
Oh, wow. I'm going to say 42.
42 out of 100 of them said they've had an extramarital affair. Nels, higher or lower than 42?
I'm going to say that's a little bit higher than that.
It's even higher than that. Wow. Both of them think women out here be cheating on everyone. We'll see if that's the case here. If, of course, the answer is higher, Nels, you play your cards first. Yeah. If it's not, Justin will play his cards first. The actual number of married women who said they have had an extramarital affair is 19. It's not higher. All right, that means, Justin, you're going to be playing your cards first. Let's take a look at your opening base card for this game. An 8.
Change it.
You won the question. You have the right to change that card. 8 goes away, and in its place we find a jack.
All right, lower.
Going on lower than the jack. It's a 7.
Freeze.
Going to freeze right there, keeping a 2-card advantage over Nels. As we continue on to question number 2 now. This one is for Nels. Bless you in the audience there. Nails, we asked 100 lawyers who specialize in defending criminals. We asked them, have you ever defended a criminal that you believe was 100% guilty of his crime? How many of 100 lawyers said they have defended a criminal who they believed actually did the crime?
I'm going to say that's a very middle to high number. I'm going to say 55 of them.
55 out of 100 of them said they have defended a criminal who they felt actually did the crime. Justin, higher or lower than 55?
I'm gonna say lower.
I'm going to say lower than that. Well, the actual number of lawyers who said they have defended a criminal before who they believe actually did the crime is 95. It is not higher. It's not lower. It is higher. Yeah, nearly all of them have defended. That's fascinating.
That
to
is
find
very
out
bad.
there.
Oh
All right,
my
Nels, you've got control of the
Okay.
cards. So that means we're going to look at your opening base card for this game, a 10.
I don't like it. Change it.
All right, changing
Please.
that 10. The 10 goes away, and we find a 6.
A little better. I'm going to say higher.
And say higher than the 6. Oh, no, it's a 2. You lose those two.
Oh,
Lose those two.
Wow.
That card there, giving Justin a free chance to play his 7.
Oh gosh, lower.
Going on lower against the odds, lower than the 7. Oh, no, it's a jack. There, you lose that card as well. Nobody makes any major progress there. So we continue on now with question number 3. This one goes back to our champion, Justin. Justin, we asked 100 top business executives and we across the country. We asked them, did you start your career as a secretary? How many of those 100 top women business executives said they did start their business career as a secretary?
I think 50.
50 out of 100 of them said they started their career as a secretary. Nels, higher or lower than 50?
You dirty, dirty dog, Justin. I'm going to say that's a little bit higher than that.
Say it's a little bit higher. Well, typically they used to take notes, and again, it's a welcoming face in the business office, so it makes sense. We'll see here. The actual number of women business executives who said they started their business careers as a secretary is 62. It is higher.
Okay.
All right, now as you got control of the cards, you got that 6.
Get rid of that 6,
All right,
please.
change it again. Hopefully this one works out a little bit better. This one is a 4.
Excellent. Higher than the 4, please.
Going on, higher than the 4. It's a jack.
Lower than the jack.
Going on, lower than the jack. It's an 8 up the middle.
I'm going to freeze it right there.
Gonna freeze it right there. All right, Nell's taking the lead on this one now, up 3 cards to 2. As we go into our 4th and final question of this game, someone must win on this play of the cards, and of course the question goes to Nels.
Okay.
Nels, we asked 100 men who have been married 50 years or longer, and we asked them, is your wife the only woman you've ever made love to? How many of 100 men married 50 years or more said that their wife is the only woman they've ever made love to?
Since he did it to me, I'm going to go 50 right up the middle.
50 up the middle, too. He says, turnabout is fair play, Justin. How do you feel about that?
Oh gosh. Lower?
You can go lower than that. Well, this is for control of the cards here. The actual number of men married 50 years or more who said that their wife is the only woman they've ever made love to is 37. It is lower.
Dang it.
Giggity.
All right, Justin, a tough decision for you to make here. You have a 7. You won the question. You have the right to change that 7 if you want and play your cards. You need 3 in order to win game 1. Nels has an 8 up the middle. He cannot change it. He only has 2 cards to play to win the first game of the match. So the option's yours, sir. Do you want to play it or do you want to pass?
Oh no.
I knew it.
All right, Nels, it is all yours, sir. You must call the 8. You make one mistake, Justin wins game 1.
Oh, Justin, you dirty, dirty dog. I'm going to say higher.
Going on higher than the 8. It's a 10.
I'm going to go lower than the 10.
For game 1 of the match, lower than a 10. Oh no, it's a queen. Justin wins game number 1.
Dang it.
Well done, Justin. $500 for you brings you up to $4,800. You got the first game of the match. Nels is going to try to play catch up here as we clear those cards off and deal them out for game number 2 now. And Nels, this time you're going to get a right to start this round. So your first question comes to you on this one. Nels, we asked 100 kindergarten students, and we asked them, does the stork bring the new babies to your house? How many of 100 kindergarten students believe that the stork brings the new babies to their house?
Oh, I'm going to say that's a very low number because it's kindergarten. So I'm going to say 45.
45 out of 100 of them say that kindergarten students believe that the stork brings new babies to the house. Justin, higher or lower than 45?
I'm going to go lower.
You're going to say lower than that. All right. The actual number of kindergartners that believe the stork brings the new babies to their house is 31. It is lower. All right, Justin, that means you get control of the cards. Trying to win the game of the match here. We start you off this round with a 7.
Change it.
Changing that 7 and
Eight.
change it with a jack.
Lower.
Going on lower than the jack. It's a 3.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 3. It's a king.
No.
Lower.
Going on lower than the king. Oh no, it's another king. There, you lose those 3 cards there, giving Nels a free chance to play his base card of a 9.
Oh, great. Let's go lower than the 9.
Go on lower than the 9. It's a 6.
Great. Let's go higher than the 6.
Going on higher than the 6. It's a king.
Let's go lower than the king.
Going on lower than the king. It's a queen.
Lower than the queen.
For game to tie up the match at $1,000 bonus, lower than a queen. It's a 9. He's done it.
Woo!
Nicely done, sir. $1,500 for you on that one. And you are all tied up now, 1 game apiece. So that means we are going to go to sudden death on this one, which means 3 cards, only 1 question to determine who's going to get a shot to go on to the money cards. And that question, and of course, always goes to our champion in sudden death here. So, Justin, this one is for you. Justin, we asked 100 teenage girls who are currently dating, and we asked them, if your parents told you that you could never see your boyfriend again, would you see him anyway? How many of 100 teenage girls said they would go see their boyfriend anyway, even though their parents forbid them from doing so?
I'm going to say 20.
20 out of 100 of them said that they would see their boyfriend anyway. Nels, higher or lower than 20?
I'm going to say that's higher because I like to just pay the parent. So.
All right. Well, for all important control of the cards here, the actual number of teenage girls who said they would go see their boyfriend anyway, even if their parents forbid them, is 98 of them. It is way higher. I am very surprised that number is actually that high on that one, to be honest with you. All right. Nails, you've got control of the cards here. I'm going to show you each of your base cards, and you'll have an option to choose if you want to play it or if you want to pass it to Justin. Remember, if you decide to play your card, you can change your base card since you won the question. Justin cannot. So we'll start by showing you Justin's card first. Justin's base card is a 5.
Oh.
Your base card is a 4. The option's yours, sir. Do you want to play it or do you want to pass it?
I'm going to play it myself.
Okay. Play it yourself. Make 1 mistake. Justin remains as champion. Call both cards correct. You become the new champion.
I'm going to keep the 4. I'm going to go higher than the 4.
All right. Keeping the 4 and going higher than the 4. It's a 7.
Let's go higher than the 7.
For the game of the match to become the new champion, higher than the 7. No, it's a 2, and Justin remains as champion. Nels, you made a good effort of it, sir, but it was not quite enough there. You still walk out of here with $1,500 in cash, and our thanks for playing. You still got your spot for tournament champion, so we'll see you then, all right? All right, Justin, you managed to hold on, come from behind there. $5,300 for you. We're going to take a commercial break and come back and see if you can add another $32,000 to it in the money cards We'll do that right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks here. Justin has managed to hold on to his championship again. He's now up to $5,300, and he's going to get a chance to play our money cards. Justin, you know how this works. Start you off with $200 on the bottom row. You're going to work your way across those 3 cards, making high-low predictions, till you get to the second row where we give an additional $400 and 3 more cards. Remember, minimum bets are $50 each on all of your calls, and then $50 increments till you get to that big bet card at the top of the board where you must risk at least half your money. Of course, if you get stuck along the way, you can change 1 card on each level. One of the 3 cards will do on the side of the game. And should you do a perfect double all the way to the top of the board, it is worth $32,000. Getting very close to the end of the season. I've only had one person come very close to getting it all, but we've not given away the $32,000 yet in 2 seasons. Will it happen tonight? Let's hope so. You ready to go, Justin?
Ready.
Fantastic to you. Let's deal out those cards. And let's get you $200 in cash right about there. Perfect. Good luck to you. We'll start you off with your opening base card for this one. A 7.
Change it with number 3.
Change it with card number 3. Let's take that 7 away. In its place we find a jack.
Let's say all of it lower.
All right, betting it all. $200. Lower than the jack. It's a 3. Doubled up, $400. What was that?
All of it higher.
You own it all again.
Higher.
All of it again. $400. Higher than the 3. It's a jack again. Up to $800 now.
All of it lower.
He's going to stay with his pattern, hopefully. All of it lower than the jack. It's a 9. Perfect through the bottom row, sir. $1,600. You move that 9 up. Give you the other $400 with that. You're up to $2,000, and you have a 9.
I'm going to change it with number 1.
Change it with card number 1 now. The 9 goes away, and out to play we find an ace.
All of it lower.
Betting all of it, $2,000. Lower than the ace. It's a 2, $4,000.
Happening?
All of it higher.
Come on, $4,000. Higher than the deuce. It's an 8, up the middle. Middle card, you have $8,000.
I don't think it's gonna happen. 50 lower.
What was that?
Lower. $50 lower.
All right, mate. Tapped, not going all the way with it. That's fine, understandable with the 8 there. Doesn't want to risk it, but he's going $50. He says this card is higher than the 8. It's an ace. $8,050. We moved the 8 up. I wish you'd bet for it all now, sir, because you can't really lose on this one, but you must bet at least $4,025 on it.
Are you kidding me? All of it. Lower.
All right, for nothing at all, or sorry, for $8,050 or for $16,100, we want to see anything but an ace. All of it lower than the ace. It's a 9. He's got it. Nicely done, sir. $16,100 added to what you won brings you a grand total now of $21,400 in cash. Congratulations to you. And we'll take a commercial break. We'll come back and play some more Card Sharks right after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks here. Justin now up to $21,400 in cash, and he's ready to meet his next opponent, so let's meet him now. Coming to us by way of Palm Bay, Florida, please welcome in Chris Rahaman.
Hello.
Glad to have you with us, Chris. Tell us a little bit about yourself once again.
All right. I am 20 years old. I am from Palm Bay, Florida. I'm currently a college student doing online classes due to you know what. I am a YouTuber more during most of the time.
Oh, well, fantastic. Hopefully your studies are going well for you. You ready to play our game?
Yep.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's see if Chris can try to get himself a spot in our Tournament of Champions by becoming champion here. And we will get started here with question number 1, of course, to our champion, Justin. Justin, we asked 100 college men who are part of a fraternity. We asked them, if you wanted to buy illegal drugs, would you know who to call? How many of those 100 fraternity brothers said they would know who to call if they wanted to purchase illegal drugs?
This is a tough one. 50.
Say 50 up the middle there. Once again, Chris, higher or lower than 50?
Hey, it's just a way to put me in the middle so early. Good job. Sorry. When it comes to maternity brothers and everything, I would say it would be pretty easy to get someone to purchase illegal drugs. As for that number, I'm just gonna say a little bit higher.
You're gonna say higher than that. All right. The actual number of fraternity brothers who said they would know who to call if they wanted to get their hands on some illegal drugs is 85. It is higher.
I'm not surprised with that number.
I'm not surprised that it was higher, but I'm surprised it's actually that high. Nearly 8 out of every 10 of them do, which is kind of scary. Nonetheless, Chris, you've got control of the cards, sir. Let's take a look at your opening base card for this game. You have a jack.
That's a good card. I'll go lower.
Going on lower than the jack. It's a 3.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 3. It's a 10.
I better play it safe and freeze.
Gonna freeze right there, taking a 3-card advantage over the champion. As we continue on now, question 2. This one goes to you, Chris.
Okay.
Chris, we asked 100 married women. During a tender moment with your husband, have you ever closed your eyes and pretended you were in the arms of another man? How many of the 100 married women said they have?
Okay. That's a tricky one to say the least. But I would say that's gonna be some people that would do that. I'm gonna go a little bit in the middle and say 55 for this one.
55 out of 100 of them said they have pretended to be in the arms of another man. Justin, higher or lower than 55?
I'm gonna say lower.
You're gonna say lower than that. Oh, the actual number of married women who said during a tender moment with their husband they have pretended to be the arms of another man is 46. It is lower. All right, Justin, you get control of your cards. Trying to hold on to your championship here. We start you off in this game with a 5.
Let's say higher.
Going on higher than the 5. It's a 9.
Freeze.
On a freeze right there, he gets the Dolly Parton pair and does not want to go any further. Fair enough and understandable. We'll continue on. We go on to question number 3 now. This one goes back to Justin. Justin, we asked 100 bachelors, have you ever paid one of your girlfriend's rent for the month? How many of 100 bachelors said they have paid a girlfriend's rent?
Well, it's depending on how rich they are. 20.
He says 20 out of 100 of them said they've paid their girlfriend's rent once before. Chris, higher or lower than 20?
I would say it would be. I think they would be doing that as a favor. That number, I'm just gonna go a slight bit higher though.
A little bit higher than that. Let's see. The actual number of bachelors who said they have paid a girlfriend's rent before is 14. It's not higher. I'm surprised it's that much considering how much rent is nowadays. Because, I mean, rent totals through the roof and everything. But, again, that's another discussion for another time. For now, Justin, you got control of the cards and you got that 9. Change that 9. Next card off the top of the deck. The 9 becomes a 4.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 4. It's a 9. Good change there.
3.
Gonna freeze right there. Both players needing 2 cards now, and we are at 4th and final question, which means sudden death. Someone must win on this play of the cards. The question goes to Chris. Chris, with more women working out and pumping iron nowadays, we went and asked 100 bachelors this question. Do you find a lot of muscles on a woman sexy? How many of 100 bachelors said they do find a lot of muscles on a woman sexy?
Okay. That depends on the size of that size. I'm gonna say about 60 for this one.
60 out of 100 of them said they find a lot of muscles on a woman sexy. Justin, higher or lower than 60?
I'm gonna say lower.
Gonna say lower than that. For all important control of the cards, the actual number of bachelors who find a lot of muscles on a woman sexy is 37. It is lower. All right, Justin, tough spot you're in here. You've got the 9. You can choose to play your cards and change yours if you'd like, and only needing 2 cards. Chris has a 10. He cannot change it. He also needs 2 cards, and this is for the first game of the match. So the option is yours. Do you want to play it, or do you want to pass it to Chris?
I'm gonna play it.
Gonna play it. All right. Do you want to change that 9?
Change it.
All right. All important change here for you. That 9 goes away, and for your tiebreaker card, you find a king.
Lower.
Lower than the king. It's a 10.
Lower.
For game 1 of the match, lower than a 10. Oh no, it's an ace, so that means Chris gets game number 1. Well done, sir. That's $500 for you there. Gives you game number 1. Justin's going to try to play catch up here, so let's go ahead and clear those cards. Yep, the next one's off the top of the deck, and we continue on with game number 2 here. And Chris, you're going to start this one. So the first question goes to you.
Okay.
Chris, we asked 100 single women, are you currently dating a married man? How many of 100 single women said yes, they are currently dating a married man?
I would say 1 or 2 things. I say there's 1 or 2 purposes. A, they're trying to cheat. 2, they're just, and 2, I don't know, trying to be step parents or something like that. But I'm gonna say about 59 with this one.
59 out of 100 of them say that they're currently dating a married man. Justin, higher or lower than 59?
I'm gonna say lower.
Let's say lower than that. Well, to give it some form here, some people can be legally married, but could be separated from their ex-wife. So I'm like, it could be a situation like that. So we'll see where the numbers lead here. The actual number of single women who say they're currently dating a married man is only 6. It is lower. All right, Justin, trying to play catch up here. We start you off with your base card this time. A queen.
All right, lower.
Lower than the queen. It's a jack.
Ooh. Oh, that's one right there. Lower.
Going in. Lower than the jack. It's an 8 up the middle.
All right, freeze.
Gonna freeze right there. All right. 3 card advantage over Chris, trying to play catch up. As we go now into question number 2. This one is for you, Justin. Justin, we asked 100 men, if the FBI investigated your past, would you find something that would be able to would they find something that would end up sending them to jail? How many of 100 men said yes, if the FBI went digging around in their past, they would find something that would end up sending them to jail?
Ooh. 20.
20 out of 100 of them said that they would. Chris, higher or lower than 20?
That depends if that's the purpose of searching the home. This one I'm gonna say a slight bit higher.
Let's say slightly higher than that. Well, let's see. The actual number of men who said if the FBI went looking around in their past, they would find something that would be able to send them to jail is 19. It is not higher. Justin only off by 1, nearly picking up a $1,000 bonus for an exact answer there. Justin, you've got control of the cards. You've got that 8. How do you want to play it?
Change it.
Changing that 8. Next card off the top of the deck. That 8 goes away in its place. We find another 8.
Oh boy. Lower.
Going on lower than the 8. Oh no, it's an ace there. You lose that card there. Opening up a door for Chris to play his base card this round, a 9.
Okay. All right. I'll go with the odds and go lower.
Going on lower than the 9. It's a 4.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the 4. It's a 9.
I'm freezing right there.
Taking advantage of the free play and tying up with Justin there. Both players again needing 2 cards in this one. But this time we're only at our 3rd question of the round, and this one goes back to Chris.
Okay.
Chris, we asked 100 top fashion models across the world. We asked them, would you accept a high-paying fashion modeling assignment from Vogue magazine if they required you to pose in the nude? How many of 100 fashion models said they would accept a high-paying fashion model assignment from Vogue magazine if they were required to be photoed in the nude?
Let's see. I'm not sure if I see a lot of women. If it were, I'd be very surprised. I'm gonna take the low one on this one and say 45.
45 out of 100 of them said that they would. Justin, higher or lower than 45?
I think it might be lower than that.
It's even less than that. Let's see. Well, the actual number of top fashion models who said they would accept a high-paying fashion modeling assignment from Vogue magazine if they had to completely pose in the nude is 41. It is lower. All right, Justin, you're in control, sir. You have that 8. What would you like to do?
Change it.
Changing the 8 once again. 8 goes away, and out to play we find a 6.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 6. Oh no, it's a 5. There, you lose that card there, giving Chris a free chance to play the 9.
Let's hope it works. It worked first time. Can it work again? I'll go with the odds lower.
Lower than the 9. Oh no, it's an ace. There, you lose that card as well. And here we are once again, both players needing 2 cards, and we're at sudden death once again. Someone must win on this play of the cards. Question this time goes to you, Justin. Justin, we asked 100 people on the street, if you won a multi-million-dollar lottery prize, would you keep working? How many of 100 people said they would keep working?
I'm going to say 30.
30 out of 100 of them said that they would keep working after winning the multi-million-dollar lottery prize. Chris, higher or lower than 30?
Well, other than they have to deal with taxes every year. Winning a multi-million lottery, that would be enough for someone to retire. This one I'm gonna go. I say that's a little bit lower than that.
Say a little lower than that. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who said if they won a multi-million-dollar lottery prize, they would continue to working is 53. It's not lower. Be honest with you, I would be one of those people that would keep working myself, just because I would happily know in the back of my mind the day that work eventually gets me to a point where I'm like upset and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. I could walk out the door with no strings attached and be like, I'm good. I'm out. But all right, Justin, you've got control of the cards, sir, and you have a tough decision once again. You have a 6. You could keep the control, change your card, and play it yourself if you like. Only needing 2 cards. Chris has a 9. He can't change it. He also needs 2 cards, but he's playing to win the match. So the option is yours once again. You want to play it or you want to pass?
I'm going to play it.
Going to play it yourself. All right. Do you want to keep the 6?
Change it.
Changing that 6. All important change here. That 6 goes away, and in its place we find a 2.
Oh, dang.
Right, higher.
Going on higher than a 2. It's a king.
Lower.
To tie up the match, lower than a king. It's a 3. He's done it. And just like that, the champion stays in the fight. We are all tied up 1 game apiece. So that means we are going to go once again to sudden death here. 3 cards, only 1 question to determine who will get control of them. And of course, in our tiebreaker game, just our champion gets the question. So Justin, this one is for you. We asked 100 married women, should a wife tell her husband he's a terrific lover, even if he isn't? How many of 100 married women said they should tell their husband is a terrific lover, even if they're not?
I'm gonna say 19 on this one.
19 out of 100 of them say that they should. Chris, higher or lower than 19?
I mean, if they don't think they like their loved ones, it's like, I feel like they're gonna figure it out eventually. But I think some would probably have to be honest with them. This one, I'm just gonna go a slight bit higher.
Slight higher than that. All right, for all important control of the cards in the tiebreaker, the actual number of married women who say they feel they should tell their husband they are a terrific lover, even if they're not, is 44. It is higher. All right, Chris, you have control of the cards. I will show you each your base cards, and then you'll have a choice to make if you want to play it or pass it once again. Remember, if you decide to play, you can change your card because you won the question. We'll start by showing you Justin's base card first. It's a 2. Your base card is an 8. The option is yours. Do you want to play it or do you want to pass it?
I'm gonna try this one.
Okay, you're going to play it yourself. All right, do you want to keep the 8?
No, get it out of here.
All right, 8 goes away, and your sudden death tiebreaker card is a 7. Must call both cards correct to become the new champion. Make one mistake, Justin retains.
If I lose, good luck on the money cards, Justin. I'm gonna go with the odds and say higher.
On higher than the 7. It's a 9.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm gonna repeat this again. If I lose, Justin, good game and good luck on the money cards. If not, GG anyways. I'm gonna go with the odds and hope that it's lower for the win.
For the game of the match to become the new champion, all of it lower than 9. It's a 3. He's got it. Congratulations, sir. $1,000 for you, Chris, and you're going on to the money cards in just a minute. Justin, we got to say goodbye to you, sir, but you did well with yourself. $21,900 in cash, and our thanks for playing. All right, stick around, folks. Chris is going after the money cards right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks. We have a new champion now. Christopher Hammond here already won $1,000, and he's going to get a chance to play our money cards round. Chris, you know how this works. And we're running a little short on time once again, so we're going to have to jump right into it. I'm just going to wish you the best of luck. You've got $200 of betting money there, and we're going to get you started here as we take a look at your opening base card, a 6.
Change it with number 1, please.
All right, change it with card number 1. That 6 goes away, and in its place we find an 8 up the middle.
Already starting with the snowman. That's nice. That's great. $50 higher.
$50 higher than the 8. Oh no, it's a 5 there. You lose 50 down to 150, but you have a little bit better card.
All right, let's do 100 higher.
Going on $100 higher than the 5. It's a king. He's got it up to 250.
Let's do all of it lower.
All right, come on, double up time. 250 lower than the king. It's a 4. There we go. $500 there. We move that 4 up to the next level. You've got $900 now and a 4.
Try it and hope for the best, and I'll go all of it higher.
All or nothing here, trying to play that double up catch up. All of it higher than a 4. It's a 10. $1,800 now.
I'm gonna change that with number 2.
Change with card number 2 now. That 10 goes away, and its place we find a 6.
Okay. Let's do 300. That is higher.
$300 higher than the 6. It's a jack. $2,100 down and a jack.
I'll do 1750. That the next card's lower.
Big bet on the jack there. $1,750 lower than the jack. It's a 4. There you go. $3,850. We move that 4 up to the big bet spot. Do you want to keep it, sir?
Yes, I want to keep it.
All right. You have $3,850, so you must bet at least $1,925 on this card.
Right. I will bet all of it and hope for the best that this card is higher than the 4.
All right. For nothing at all, I can do math. $7,700, I believe. $7,700, all of it higher than a 4. It's a queen. He's got it. Well done, sir. $7,700 in the money cards that time. Added to what the 1,000 you won up front game. You now have a one-game total now of $8,700. Well played. All right, and with that said, we are all out of time for this one. We thank you so much for watching another fun-filled episode of Card Sharks here. Chris is going to be back with us on our final episode of the regular season before we get to our Tournament of Champions. And at the end of the next episode, we'll know the 8 players who are going to be battling out to see who's going to be our Card Sharks champion of the year. In order to see that, you got to subscribe and make sure you never miss all the fun and action going down here at MVG Productions. And until the cards are dealt out, once again, I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs, saying thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time right now on the season finale episode of Card Sharks. Take care. Bye for now, folks.
This is your announcer, Michael Gentry, speaking for Card Sharks, an MVG Productions presentation.